I'm not surprised, motherfuckers.
What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to Courtside Soundoff podcast. Once again, I'm Josh and Angel Ortega. As always, welcome by the one and only man of the hour, Too Sweet to Be Sour. We're in a good mood this week because you know why? It's Misfits fight week, guys. It's Misfits box. It's the only major thing that's happening, guys. I know that you're all very, very thrilled at home.
I thought you were gonna lose it for a second there when you said
yeah, I mean, it's kind of want to sometimes. Kind of want to. There's some weeks you just want to lose it, and it's just one of those weeks, you know. Just aside, the only thing happening this week is a Misfits boxing match. No UFC this week, no PFL, no major boxing outside of this. So it's a bit of a slow week. It'll be a bit of a chill episode. But you know, we're in a good mood because of Rogue Energy and a few of our sponsors of the show. Rogue Energy keeps me fueled up whether I'm at home, whether I'm at the gym, or I'm on the green. They help me get to the finish line. They can help you get there as well with code Soundoff at checkout. Again, code Soundoff at checkout for 10% off of all their amazing products. Meanwhile, our friends over at ELYXR are going to get you really high with their Delta 8, Delta 9 products. Again, code Soundoff. All caps when you spell the brand's name at checkout for 10% off. Lastly, our friends over at BetMGM. Like I said, not a lot happening this week, but we're going to come back next week to a really big card in France. See what that means? There is time to go ahead and start a BetMGM account. And if you don't hit on your first bet, you get to $1,500 in bonus bets paid back. If you do not hit on your first entry, contact 1-800-GAMBLER if you're having any issues. If not, have some fun with us. Go and follow that link down below. And Angel, let's also say this. The NFL season starting this week, or I guess next week. But
say this week. Holy shit, Josh.
My bad. Starting this upcoming week.
Don't hype me up.
I know, dude. You're so fired up. Starting this upcoming week. So there's a lot of stuff you're going to be able to bet on. MLB still going on. We have some boxing matches coming up. So a lot of fun stuff. Nonetheless, the UFC did have a card in China. China number one. Shanghai, China number one to be specific. Shanghai Indoor Stadium. Going out Saturday night. UFC China. And in the main event, Johnny Walker. I said last week, I don't think it's been clear they wanted a guy to lose more than this moment here. He'd been knocked out twice in a row, facing this young upstart who had scored a bunch of knockouts in his UFC career thus far, Zhang Mingyang. But in the end, Johnny Walker putting on a clinic on the feet and ends up getting a second round knockout win. Give me your thoughts on his performance, ultimately turning away the young Zhang Mingyang.
I mean, he was a game of keep away, I'll tell you what. Because, I mean, the times he did get hit, dude, it looked like he was rocked. Like, the moment he got hit, he looked rocked. But, hey, man, people have been hyper-criticizing this individual. And I'm not talking about Johnny Walker. I'm talking about Eric Nissick, who was there in attendance in his corner because this is his new camp. He's no longer with oh my God, why am I forgetting their name? Irish team.
SBG.
He's no longer with SBG. And now he's here with his new team in Vegas. And look, we got results. Positive results. It was hard. I would say it was hard fought. This was a very important fight for him. It was a hard fight. Who knows what his future looks like if he doesn't win here? For Zhang Mingyang, I mean, it's a setback, but it's okay. It's 205. He's young enough. It'll be fine. He can recover from this. He's still a talent. He has power. There's skills there. You know, there's potential there.
Yeah.
For Walker, I mean, he was desperately in need of a win. And then he did it in a way that you would never expect him to do.
Yeah.
Some grappling, throwing up some submission attempts, and then ultimately finishing the fight with fucking some ground. Did he follow it up? Was it ground and pound takeout? I can't even remember off the top of my head.
Ground and pound, yeah.
Yeah. So this is good shit, man. This is what you like to see. It was a serviceable main event.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a good way to say it. It's a serviceable main event. It wasn't anything too crazy. But look, for Johnny Walker, you needed the win. Fun stuff from him. For Zhang Mingyang, you're 27. You know what I mean? He just turned 27 last week, too. He can come back. But yeah, I mean, not exactly great if you're not a great look if you're trying to break through the division. But for the 33-year-old Johnny Walker, good for him. You know what I mean? Like
W called by dad, by the way.
Yeah, honestly, I was actually very surprised by that one. But now he's in a position where look, dude, he's staying alive. Ranked number 12, staying alive, Bee Gees. And I don't know who you put him against next, but I mean, he's always a fun guy.
That's the issue, right?
I mean, fucking Jamal Hill rematch. Like, what do you do?
Like,
I mean, he's in a weird spot.
I think with him, it's like, what can you squeeze out of Johnny Walker, really?
Yeah, because he's in a weird spot. Like, this is clearly a one they thought he would lose and kind of wanted him to lose, but
Also,
he
he's
got
like damaged goods.
kinda.
I mean,
Kinda.
dude,
He would. I mean, the
he
fact,
gets hit and he gets rocked.
he does, but he also won this fight against a really heavy hitter.
No,
you
and I'm
know.
not disagreeing, but you saw he had to walk
Yeah,
through
I
hell
mean,
to get. And do you really think he's
but
gonna be able to do
yeah.
that multiple times?
No. But of course not. But I also think like that's kind of the story of Johnny Walker's entire UFC career, though. The entire career,
I mean,
the entire run.
I don't know. I think like early on he was better, dude. I feel like now though he gets hit and it's like he's in another dimension.
It is a lot worse. I'll say that it's gotten worse. So I'm in agreement there. But yeah,
I feel like he's faster to take out now more than ever.
I don't disagree with you. I mean, if you look up the rankings, he's already he lost 2 coming into this, lost to number 9 Volkan Oezdemir, and also lost to Magomedov Ankalaev, the champ.
He's turning low for me.
He's kind of in a weird spot. You take a look at the rest of the division. Asmat Moxon's right above him. Bogdan Guzgov's already above him. Volkan he already lost to. Dominic is already booked. Racic, who knows?
Maybe he fights Guzkov, but granted, Guzkov's got a little win streak going.
I don't think that makes sense.
Doesn't Blachowicz have a rumor to fight?
I feel like we talked about this last week. I don't think so. I think we were thinking of somebody else.
I don't think it's scheduled, but I thought I saw one that was in the rumor mill coming together. I could be incorrect. And even then, I don't know if that fight necessarily makes sense. But at the same time, it is like 40. I think now basically 42-year-old Blachowicz versus aftermarket damaged goods Johnny Walker.
Exactly.
You know, I mean, you could get away with something like that, and also give an opportunity to Johnny Walker to like jump the gun there and potentially get himself in a position for
the rumor is Volkan. Okay, never mind. Volkan called him out for UFC Qatar November 22nd, so that would make sense. But
dude, how long has it been since Blachowicz competed though? It feels so long.
He fought early this year, I believe, against Carl Solberg.
Oh yeah,
but prior to that, he had taken off like 3 years, something like that, 2 or 3 years.
No, I was probably closer to 2
after the Pahea loss. Yeah, so he lost to Pahea in July 2023, and he didn't fight until May of 2025. So 2 years. Yeah. Damn. But yeah, so it's been a while, but I don't know what we'll do with Johnny Walker. But there's some fun options. He's a fun guy. I mean,
I think with him, it's really irrelevant who you throw him in with, as long as he.
Whatever
he gives, you know.
It looked like for a minute there, maybe he could crawl his way back to getting a title shot, and then kind of got fucked up by the couple of guys higher than him in the division. So I don't think he's going to get there, but at least you have some fun fights with him. So, like you said, it doesn't really matter too much. Co-main event. Man, Aljamain Sterling. And we said this last week. I mean, should Brian Ortega have been in the octagon after that horrific weight cut and allegedly passing out? I don't know, but Aljamain Sterling, now number 5 in the featherweight division. Dude, I mean, Brian Ortega made him look like John Jones out there. I mean, he was just, he was walking through him, landing a lot of shots. I mean, did he not look like Floyd Mayweather, dude? I mean, he was landing. I mean, he landed 50% of his shots, I believe, something like that, like something crazy. He couldn't really miss. 62% of his shots that he went upstairs with, he landed. So
also, Brian turned up late too.
Brian. We'll say this: the first 3 rounds looked like Brian Ortega was asleep. I mean, Aljamain Sterling was kind of doing whatever he wanted. I'll give credit for Brian Ortega for kind of rallying in rounds 4, and I saw even some people give him round 5 on the scorecard, which, you know, I mean, it's up to you if you want to do it. It didn't really make a difference, but credit to Brian for kind of turning up late, but domination. What'd you think?
No, I mean, it was great out of Aljo, and dude, and I don't even know how I forgot about this, but I forget, dude, 2 fucking grapplers turns into a striking matchup, and I don't even think this fight touched the ground a single time, right?
I mean, it did. So Aljo got three takedowns, but all of them, Brian got it pretty quick. 3:55 was a control time here, so less than 4 minutes of control time for 3 takedowns. So
especially with two growlers of their caliber, like the fact that the fight wasn't on the ground that long is insane too. But granted, once again, it's the narrative, right? You get 2 grapplers, they turn into 2 strikers. Like,
yeah, exactly.
It always happens.
Yeah.
Another thing, I don't know if I said this last week, but I always felt like Brian's striking was overhyped. In my opinion, I never thought it was the people are like, oh, Brian Ortega's got like some pretty good boxing. I was like, I don't know if I necessarily believe that narrative. But fucking Aljo's hands were on point, like you said. He landed incredibly high. He did what he had to do. This fight wasn't technically at 45, but this was a good win for Aljo. You know, I think, and granted, prior to the matchup, like if we didn't have like all these weight issues and all that, I think I would have still. I want to believe deep inside of me I would have still picked Aljo. I'm not going to say that for a fact. And also with the information that we had for a while now that Brian Ortega was thinking about moving to 55 and it didn't happen, and then we had this horrendous weight miss. Like this just makes me believe that it's more than time for him to move to 55. And I don't know how he's going to perform at 55. I don't even know who he could beat at 55. Still yet to see. But Aljo's in a good position here once again at 45. The only issue, I think he's kind of in limbo now, though.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, he's in a weird spot. I mean, obviously, he had the loss to Mozart before this, and beating a Brian who's kind of, he said damaged goods. Like, I don't want to write off the guy because he's not that old, and he's been in some big fights, but it looks like Brian Ortega's kind of damaged goods at this point in his career. So how much can you really take from this win for Aljo? I mean,
he's not getting blasted out of there, and he's not getting insta-rocked every time he gets hit.
No, but he's 34. He can't really make the cut.
Is he less than what he was at his peak? 100%.
Yeah,
but I don't know if he's damaged goods or maybe definitely an aftermarket version at 45 at least.
Yeah, I would agree with you. I mean, the fact that he didn't move to 55 is just awful to me, but it seems like we're definitely moving to 55 now.
Oh, yeah.
Unless the UFC is like, oh, fuck you.
But the thing is,
they have done that.
I have questions to raise, though. I'm not sure how he's going to perform at 55, and I'm not sure who he beats. Maybe he'll beat quite maybe a few specific niche guys, but I don't know if I imagine Brian Ortega as a high-ranked 155er at this stage. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I think...
I don't know if he beats an Oliveira, you know?
No.
In this current age of Oliveira, you know what I mean?
Yeah. But I think there's a lot of fun fights you could do with them. Like, for example, the bottom 5 of the 155-pound division.
Josh, you've seen enough. I mean, book it. Michael Chandler versus Brian Ortega.
I didn't want to say it, but yeah, I'm kind of down with it. I'm really down with it. But even then, I'm down for actually all 5 of these fights. Joel Alvarez, Grant Dawson, BSD, Michael Chandler, Hernando Moicano, Rafael Fiziev. I mean, I guess that's 6, but fine. They just excluded.
I think 3 of those guys are booked. But...
Yeah. But I'm saying here just in general, like I think you can match one with anybody in the bottom half of the top 15, and I watch it. Even the lower half of the top 10, and I watch it. Just a matter of, can Brian beat those guys? I'd pick him to maybe 2 of these top 15. I just think stylistically it's not great for him. And the striking outside of that, one fight with the Korean Zombie.
And then the power change, right? How's he going to deal with a little bit more power coming his way? How is he going to deal with a little bit more power, a little bit more weight on him, you know?
Exactly. I mean, I don't even know. I mean, he's getting tagged up by Aljo bad, man. Aljo was tagging him a lot, so it makes me worried for...
Granted, those guys, Aljo looked really good in there, too. I also give him credit. He was switching stances and shit, man.
Yeah, he looked good.
He was flowing. I think he was also... It was definitely a combination of Aljo and then how Brian was reacting to the situation. I don't want to discredit Aljo's striking because I do think I was like, dude, this is some of the best. Granted, it's kind of because Ortega's letting it happen too. I don't think Aljo's going to get away doing this shit to Fiziev, you know? I mean, I know that's a weight class above it. Someone of that caliber is stand-up, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think it's interesting to me that I feel like Aljo, I mean, I've always felt like this. Aljo never gets the credit for as good as he is, but I mean, he is 36 at featherweight, top 5. Just put on a clinic against the former, top 5 guy himself.
Could you imagine
good
him
win
winning
for
another
Aljo?
title?
Huh?
Could you imagine him winning the title at 45?
I could.
This current landscape, I think he can. I think he's in a position where the 45ers right now at the top are a little bit older.
Yeah.
Or in a position where it is time. It is time to compete for a title.
Or I think they're in a position where, not to cut you off, but I agree with both of what you're saying, but also a lot of those guys at the top, I think his style just does really well. Dude, come on. Him against Yair Rodriguez? Are you shitting me? Come on. And I love Yair, but come on, dude. He's gonna backpack him and get him out of there inside of 2 rounds. Diego Lopez, we haven't really seen his grappling in that way. Ronnie Murphy, similar case.
Dude, I feel bad for Aljo. I think he might have to fight one more time.
Oh, I think he's gonna have to fight one more time.
And it's only because Mozart and obviously...
Fuck, are they gonna do a Mozart rematch?
No, I don't think they'll do that. But it's only because Mozart and Lerone are in this position right now.
Yeah. Yeah, but it's one of those things too. It's Lerone's totally getting the title shot next, it looks like. Then what do you do with Mozart? Because Diego is...
And it also depends what happens in that fight, right? If Volk wins, well, it's well, shit. Okay, well, I guess we'll finally do it. Maybe Mozart finally.
Yeah. I don't know. It's kind of weird. And then something to keep in mind here: Volk, who said he wanted to fight 3 times this year, they're not booking him. But I mean, he said he wanted to fight 3 times this year, and he was going to retire the 3rd one. So I mean, who knows?
And we still got Silva and Lopez. It's about to go down as a matchup.
So there's a lot of stuff going on featherweight right now. I could see Aljo getting a backdoor title shot sooner rather than later.
You think he could backdoor it?
I really think he could. It's just because, again, there's so many question marks. For example, is there a world where Volkanovski beats Ronnie Murphy and then retires? Or let's say, Ronnie Murphy, wins, and then you have a new champion, all these new matchups.
That'd be the real move, right? Just beat Murphy right off into the sunset.
I mean, he said that he wanted to retire after he wanted 3 more fights and then retire. That's what he said before the Diego fight. So it would be 2 more, and then
I can see him winning another one. I don't know if he wins the third though.
Yeah, it's like
It
let's
depends
say
on the
he
matchup,
wins,
too.
Yeah, but even then, it's like I think he said like he would fight 3 times this year and then retire at the third one. It's like which is more important to him? Fighting those 3 times,
If I'm being honest, if I was
retiring
Volk,
at the end of the
I
year?
would rather my ideal scenario. I want to fight Lerone and I want to fight Aljo.
Yeah,
I avoid Mozart like the plague.
straight up. And dude, let's say he beats,
And the
those
UFC's like,
2.
dude, right on.
Yeah, literally, dude. Let's say also Volk wins those fights, dude. Where is he all time?
He might
That'd be crazy.
I mean, people already kind of
36.
How do you feel about this? People already kind of label Volk as the go to featherweight. Like I've been on the internet long enough now where they kind of say it undisputedly.
I think you can make a good case for. That's so funny. I think it's the only division where you can make a case for like 3 or 4 different guys, genuinely. And I understand that's going to trigger the fuck out of a lot of people because, like, however, people feel like there is no nuance in this one. It's like that's my guy. I'm riding with him to the death. This guy's the greatest of all time. You know what I mean? But like, I think you could genuinely make good arguments for Volk, Holloway, Aldo, and even a backdoor McGregor one. Fuck it. Seriously, why not? Like obviously,
Who's your guys' 145?
Who's your guys' 145 pound go? For me, I mean, I'd say probably Max Holloway. I still think probably Max. That generational run and also the way that he's kind of had to redevelop himself multiple times is impressive to me. Aldo had the incredible run, but he could never get back. I mean, I guess he technically.
Are you saying like
Frankie,
Holloway as a whole with the career? Because people are gonna make the argument of like, well, dude, what did he do at 45? You know,
he lost to Volk twice. So
yeah. What a guy.
I mean, dude, jokes aside though, like the first 2 fights were very close.
All I'm saying is
The
my
second
champion wouldn't have got knocked down like 2 or 3 times in the title match. Just saying.
Dude, I mean, I thought he clearly won the second fight, and the first fight was pretty close.
That was crazy though. Do you remember that you knocked him out like 2 or 3 times?
He knocked him down twice at the end of each round of the first 2 rounds, and then it's MMA judging, and the Volk had to like kind of rally and kind of.
I should go rewatch that one. It's been long enough where I haven't.
Been 5 years now.
And maybe I should rescore it. Maybe my opinion changes.
But I watched that one once, and I was really mad, and then I watched it again, like probably a few weeks later, and I was like, yeah, I feel the same way. Like it just makes me mad.
I'm gonna run it back one of these days.
But at the same time, it's like, okay, so yeah, I mean, I get man, Volk though. You can make a really good argument for him too, man. Like he also beat Aldo, and he also beat Holloway. Like technically he did beat him 3 times. Technically, you know what I mean? But then it's like, well, Max beat the shit out of Aldo whenever Aldo was in his prime and closer to his prime. How? But then it's like Aldo. Some people put him like
you know what's crazy?
5 on the
all
GOAT.
those guys you named are 2-time champions now.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah.
And then but then you look and then you think about it, and then I threw backdoor McGregor in there. It's like he's undefeated at featherweight. Destroyed Max. Destroyed Aldo. Destroyed Chad Mendes. Like beat so many good guys in his own right.
And then Aldo's fucking how many years was it? Right?
He was undefeated for 10 fucking years.
He beat his 10-year undefeated run in seconds.
Not only that, but also beat Max. Like you can make a lot of good arguments. So for me, it's kind of a weird one.
That'd be like the equivalent of someone coming in right now and fucking like, I mean, maybe, okay, not necessarily the same. This is actually incorrect. Let's say fucking Islam was still undefeated. That'd be the equivalent of like, fucking Islam coming back down to 155. Let's say he wins his fight. He's like, what, 25-0 or 26-0 at this point. And fucking Ilya goes in there and knocks him out in like 7 seconds. You know what I mean? Like,
dude, people who are not.
That's the magnitude of the situation. Like, I don't think people understand. Like, that would be the scenario.
I hate that a lot of conversations all go back to Conor McGregor, but the reality is that, dude, if you weren't there, you don't get it. It's just like, I'm sorry, like you just don't get it, dude. Like, it was Jose Aldo, dude. Like, dude, like what the fuck? Like the guy that was beaten.
Well, the thing is, dude, now people, dude, it's the same thing with BJ Penn, though, dude. Everybody looks and they see the later, like the aftermath of BJ Penn, the aftermath of all these guys. Shit, even the aftermath of Silva, I think, to an extent at times. I don't think anybody's necessarily disagreeing with Silva like 185 GOAT. Like that one's gonna be undisputed for years.
Yeah.
But it's just like the fact of like people will bring up like the time and all this and that stuck around to like you know how it is.
Yeah, man. It's
even though I feel like the Aldo GOAT argument he got like better though as he aged because it's like he stuck around and he still won another debate, like still won like decisively well. It wasn't getting ran through. He can beat guys in the later generation. Like his resume, like I think if you look at I feel like an all-time list. I feel like probably Aldo gets like really heavily underrated.
Yeah, I agree.
I know it's like a longevity argument, but even then, what he did at his peak, like pretty impressive.
Yeah, I think he's a weird guy. Because for me, I think Aldo, like you can make a case for him being 20. You can make a case for him being like number 3, and you could probably get me to agree either way. Genuinely, because like he is such a mixed, like BJ Penn, but less so. You know what I mean? But still a mixed legacy because like Jose,
his peak was way longer than BJ's though.
Correct. But also like, and BJ lost to,
and he was great aftermarket too.
Exactly, but he also lost to a lot of guys near the end too, similar to BJ. So it's now granted, how many of those losses did he deserve?
Yeah.
I mean, that's
and it's also
part
like
of it too,
it's also like Aldo wasn't getting beat up either, you know?
Yeah, I mean, he never really got beat up. And like, for example, I thought he won his last 2 fights, which is just it's criminal to me that he lost.
Like,
to
what was his
Abizabi,
really
Marvin.
bad? His bad losses came to like Max and Connor.
Yeah,
like,
his bad losses was the Piotr Jan one, and then the Max one, and then the Connor one. That's it.
Those are like his worst losses. That's it.
Yeah, he's even for the first match fight, he was beating him up for the first 2 rounds, and Max rallied. The second fight, he kind of just beat the shit out of him. But you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. He's a weird guy to rank, but it's just kind of close out on this whole featherweight discussion.
Jose Aldo talk.
Yeah, or just kind of close out on this featherweight discussion. For Aljamain Sterling, big fight is in order. I mean, he went in there, he did his job, flew halfway across the world, and got it done in easy fashion. Sergey Pavlovich defeating Waldo Cortez Acosta. Waldo Cortez Acosta, his greatest attribute is his chin. That's still the case. Pavlovich. How did you feel about this fight? Because it seemed to me like there were a couple times whenever it's like Pavlovich would tag him up, but it's like maybe if you push the offense a little bit more, you probably could have got him out of there. But maybe he's just hesitant after getting finished like that. I think
yeah, definitely. I think it's kind of like what he suffered through the Overeem fight and granted he took so much time off from that and then came back, and then obviously there was delays because of the whole situation out there in Russia, which delayed his return even more.
Yeah,
and then obviously and he looked great on his comeback, man. Like with knockout after knockout. And then, like you said, he had the Aspinall loss, and since then it's kind of been like, okay, there's a change now, in the Volkov fight, and the Rosenstruik fight, and now in this fight. But I don't think there's necessarily an issue with it because he did win his. And granted, I know people have their opinions about the Rosenstruik decision, but at least here I kind of like the fight style, kind of a little safer, and maybe there's a few exchanges where he maybe could have let go a little harder. But at the end of the day, he's still getting some heat back from Costa as well, who maybe isn't like a Pavlovich or an Ngannou type on the power scale, but there's definitely pop behind those hands, and he was game. And like you said, and granted, he had a good chin. I don't think he was ever really rocked. Like, did he get stunned? Yes, but I don't think he was ever rocked.
No.
By the way, 10 kids. Fun fact of the day. Did you heard that on the broadcast?
10 kids for who?
Cortez Acosta.
You know what? I feel like that
Waldo Cortez Acosta has 10 kids. This guy's feeding a family of 10.
That, you know what? With how I've seen him in interviews and how I've seen him perform in the octagon, that makes a lot of sense. Just mentality wise, that guy would have 10 kids. Like, that just makes so much sense to me. Like, having
that guy doesn't need to go in alpha male camp, dude. He is the alpha male.
That's a way to put it. That's a way to put it. I mean, that's an alpha. It's an alpha way to lose like all of your fight purse, bro. Like, what a badass way. It's like whenever they found out
he lives in the Dominican Republic, though. I'm sure like that money.
They do like having kids down the DNR.
As I was saying, I'm sure he's able to make it work and stretch it out.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure
10 kids. I'm sure there's one in. I'm sure they don't all live at home, right? Like math wise, right?
I mean, it's not. I mean, I remember whenever it came like Terrence Crawford had 7 kids. I remember thinking,
holy shit!
Like,
well, dude, what? Our boy, Cowboy Oliveira had like.
I'm very curious. Walker, do we know how many baby mamas he has, or is it all one? Because Crawford, all 7 kids are the same woman. I mean, interesting. You're like, I don't want to say it, but you're probably like, he's got 3 baby mamas.
No, man, hey, man, everybody got their stuff.
He's on his brain number with all.
But my whole logic too is he probably, since it's 10, that's a lot. I'm assuming he had some when he was young.
He wanted to get to an even number. And
I'm sure, like, maybe, and young relationships don't always last when you have a kid, especially that age.
Yeah,
so I'm assuming maybe it's one.
And then when you got the other baby mama on the side, it just creates a whole lot of problems.
And then he got older, and then maybe he got started in a relationship, and he's with his current. And who knows? Maybe if it's one woman, that is a gladiator of an individual.
What if he's just having like 1 kid and then he moves on? Like he's just like, yeah, dude, I'm out. Like
there's guys out there that move like that.
He has 1 kid. And he's like, oh, I gotta go fight. I'm sorry, I gotta go back to the States. Like, Jesus, man. Anyway, so shout out Waldo Cortez Acosta though. I mean, he didn't look bad in there.
No,
I thought he was gonna get run out of there worse.
I thought he was game. Yeah. He was game, and he showed a decent level, and now he knows what he's got to work on.
I thought he was gonna get run out of the worst. Good for him though.
I think, funny enough, with him, I think he needed the same thing as Pavlovich. Like, he probably needed a little bit more confidence, fight more behind that jab, which I think they highlighted on the broadcast because his jab looked fucking good.
I agree with you. Yeah, looked very, very good.
And he got some good shots in there. If he just had a little bit more of whatever that X factor would have been, I mean, I could see the decision going the other way.
Yeah, for sure, man. Nonetheless, you look down this is where the card really falls off, but there are still some really big fights I want to talk about here. Sumo Jiri picked up a solid win at flyweight like that. I'm a big Sumo Jiri fan still. This Kiefer Crosby kind of controversy, in the main card opener. What'd you make about that? I mean, I thought,
it sucks, right? There was the foul. They took the 2 points, but also he didn't take all the time he could have. which I think we need to start promoting to these guys, dude. If you get hurt by an illegal strike, or you get a, you get a low blow or whatever it may be, and this applies to the gals too, and you are not 100% back, or you don't feel, take the full time. Take the full time. It's there. Especially in this scenario where it was like first round. You know what I mean? Like, dude, it's the first round. It's fine. And you're going to get a 2-point advantage going into the next round? Come on, man.
Yeah.
Like that. I think there was, I don't want to be this guy, but you got to take some accountability. I might get some heat for that, but you got to take some accountability. I mean, and I get it. It sucks. It's not a perfect scenario, but they also gave you, for the situation he was in, they did the best they could, which was take 2 points, and then you have the liberty of taking all the, whatever the designated time is, which I'm assuming is 5 minutes, is needed to recover. And if you don't recover at that point, that sucks. But that's the rule set, which under we fight, which under you guys compete, which is we'll give you 5 minutes to recover, and then whatever points the discretion of the referee in there will take, which he gave you the best scenario, in which he took 2.
Yeah. Yeah, like, look, I thought, man, we talk about every week, referee shit. Dude.
It's fucked. It's fucked. Yeah. I mean, there's nothing much else they could do.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what else. I mean, I agree with you. I don't have much else to say other than that. I mean, it's fucked up, the fact that we have this conversation like every single week, and like this dude lost half his paycheck, and like now he's 0-3 in the UFC as well. Like, they may cut him. Like,
is there any? But at the same time, is there anything else you could have done? I do think like partially it's on him, partially not on him.
It's partially on him because more guys have to be willing to be like, you know what, fuck you, I'm not fighting. Like, I'm not gonna, if you're not gonna enforce the rules, what am I fighting here for? You know what I mean? And also I feel like there were a lot of referee issues on this night as well. Like in the Aljo fight, I don't know
if it would have been a no contest if he didn't continue. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, but like at a certain point,
I think it would have been.
I think the onus is on the guys partially, but at the same time, like, he just got fucking cracked, and he's a fighter. Like, he's gonna say he's gonna want to fight. As the referee, you have to step in and do your job. Do your job, bro. Please. I'm begging for somebody to take fouls into account. I'm begging for somebody to do it.
I almost feel with like an illegal strike.
Why even have rules?
Maybe they should. And granted, this is just my opinion. This could be a good take, bad take. Maybe if there is an illegal strike like this that clearly affected the fighter, there is no if, buts, or when. You're taking the full 5 minutes.
Yeah, you take.
If you want to, you desire to continue to fight, you'll take the 5 minutes. At which point the referee will ask you, "Can you continue?" And whether your answer is yes or no. Those are the two. There's only the 2 ways to answer that question. Yes or no, the fight will continue. Yep. No, it won't. At which point it will go to a no contest, or depending, I think if it's after 2, if it's like 1.5 minutes, 2 minutes and a half into the 3rd round, they'll score the fight from there.
Yeah.
Or whatever it may be, right?
And I'm at a point too where it's like, in MMA, fouls do happen, and some of them are accidental. But I'm at the point where, like, I think we should just auto deduct a point. I don't care. We've gone so far in the other direction that it's like, dude, if you kick a dude in the dick, they got to take a point away. I don't care, because we are so like, you cannot convince me now that it's not on purpose for some of these guys, because they know the game. They know they get 3 free fouls, grab a fence, blind somebody.
Do you think they should just be harder in general? Like, it's like, hey, that's the one warning, and it's obviously, unless it's egregious. Like,
yeah, I don't think you should DQ anybody immediately, but I think like if
it's like one warning, and then if I have to warn you a second, automatic 1 point.
And I think honestly, only a warning depending on what the foul is. If somebody grabs a fence, you warn them. Okay, if you grab it again, I'll deduct a point. If you kick somebody, somebody's down on the ground and they have both hands to the mat and kick them right in the face, you don't get a warning for that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, it's all based. Granted, that's all discretion. That's the thing. But what I'm saying is, like, we need to get to a point though where it's either like, okay, you get the 1 if it's not like right, like if it's not bad.
Yeah.
But if it's clear as day, there's not even a 1. We're taking the 1 already.
That is what I want. That is what I want, and I don't think, and it's never gonna happen, because like, referees like, oh, every interview I've seen with referees, like, oh, we want to stay out of the fight, so we're just gonna let the fight get derailed by fouls.
And that is true. I don't even think that's a bad answer. It is 100% a true thing, right?
But then it's like, why do you have a job? Like, just go sit outside the cage then and watch with the rest of us. If you don't want to do your job.
But it's hard to find that perfect balance, right? Where you don't want to interfere with the fight.
Yeah.
But how do you interfere in the moment?
But how do you? Here's the thing. But how do you do your job? and you do your job by doing that we have our handbook and we have commissions. If you don't feel like as a referee you're like, oh, I don't want to jump in there, then go sit outside the cage and do my job. Go join as a media.
I almost feel like they should have a backup. I feel like they should almost have a ref too on the side right there.
I think they should. I think they should.
But they got like a main referee. I do know that's a thing
that
they go to, and like let's say if they have a question or something like like you've seen Herb there, they go over. And
yeah, and shout out Herb too.
But I feel like they should almost have him in the ear and be like, hey, bro, like, hey, you're not doing that. Hey, don't let him. If he's doing this, we just caught this on camera. He's doing this right now. Keep an eye for that. If he does it again, that's a point.
They should do that. There's a lot of stuff they should do, and refereeing in MMA is just awful. I don't know what the answer is, but in this particular circumstance, it's like it just.
Or he's grabbing the glove. We got it on the camera. Give him a warning right now. Be like, hey, we saw you grab the glove. That's automatic warning 1.
Yeah, it just bums me out to come on here every week and talk about this because it's like why are we still having this conversation? Like this is like I said. The pendulum has swung so far in the opposite direction of like now guys like every fight
Do you think you should bring back yellow cards too?
I don't even think that's necessary. Like
there's moments when you want it though. Don't let it.
Yeah, but I also think it's just such a straightforward thing. Like if referees just did what they're supposed to do, it's that simple. Now, granted, how much is the UFC?
Actually, this is a better point too.
I don't know. Like
I got a good question for you. How many times do you think it would really matter if it would affect a guy undeservedly lost a fight because points were taken? How often do you think that would generally happen? Because I think that's the other thing.
I don't know, but here's might be a hot take. I don't really care. Like well, it's funny. We're gonna talk about this with another situation later in the show, but I think if you do something bad,
oh my god,
I think if you do something, I think if you do something,
I'm almost tired of it. Just so you know, too, not because of you, just
no, I know, but I think if you do something bad, I think the onus is on you. What happens to you after you do that bad thing on purpose is not my concern. You broke the rules. You know what I mean? Like you broke. And it's MMA. It's not a hard rule set to follow. It's not at all.
And granted, I don't think like draws in those scenarios or in those fights would be a big deal because it's like, okay, well, this is actually the best scenario because the guy doesn't lose because he got fucked, fucked over because of fouls. And at the same time, for the other guy, it's like, okay, you got to slip away. It's not a loss on your record, but it's also not a win.
Yeah, I'm just so tired of seeing it. I'm so tired of seeing like guys go in there and like. He's just like, why do we even have a rule set? Why do we even have a referee at this point? Like, there's no point, dude. Like literally, they could do whatever they want. And I also think that, not to tie everything back to this guy, but I do think in like 10 years, we'll be having the conversation of like, what did Jon Jones do to MMA? Because think about it. All these kids that are coming here now, they've been watching Jon Jones their whole career. You know what you've seen Jon Jones doing? Like poking guys in the eyes 4 times a fight, kick him in the dick. You know what I mean? Grab the fence, do whatever you can. And because they're never going to call you. Jon Jones had 1 DQ. And UFC is still trying to overturn that shit. And then he had 2 points deducted against Anthony Smith for kneeing him right in the face, in the most egregious downed opponent. Like, not even both hands on the thing, like, just straight up illegal. That's the only times. And Jon Jones I can't even estimate how many fouls he's done, but there was a point where he's averaging like 4 or 5 fights.
I'm sure someone has a count. We'll look that up later.
But the point being, it's like, these new fighters who come through, they've watched Jon Jones cheat his way to greatness. And in a just world, he would have had multiple points deducted against like Rashad, against Rampage. I remember Rampage backing up against the fans, like referee, like, what are you gonna do? Jon Jones right there in front of him, like nothing happened. So I think
he literally came out like this. Right?
He did. He came out like this, and Rampage is literally like, he's looking at the referee. He's like, "What am I? Are you gonna do anything?" Like,
I remember Rampage said, "I should have trained for fucking eye pokes instead of training wrestling." Is what he said.
Yeah, dude. If I were fighting Jon Jones and I'm Rampage, I'm just immediately, you're doing that to me. All right, I'm gonna do one straight up the middle, kick to the crotch, dude. Like straight up. But yeah, dude. I mean, I think just to kind of close this out, yeah, I feel bad for Kiefer Crosby. It's another guy that gets
Granted,
done.
Though, you see nowadays the hand open thing is like a gone thing now. Like they've essentially. Yeah.
They finally decided to do something about that. But even then, if you poke a guy in the eye,
it took a long time though. They kind of pretty much outlaw it, but now they're pretty much like, bro. Yeah, they're like, they're either like this or you can't have them like this. Exactly, it gotta be a fist.
Exactly, which thank God. But it's also, it's like, how much does it really matter if like you could poke a guy in the eyes and they don't deduct a point in a way? You don't even need to follow through with like this. You could just do.
They just need to be harder. You're not wrong. They just need to be way harder. And I know it sucks because they don't want to, but it's like it will in the end help the sport, help the people, and hopefully help the guys from not doing it anymore. And look, it's all case to case. Like unfortunately, that's how it is, and that's how refereeing is in a lot of sports. You know.
Yeah, because refereeing, like, you watch this in like every sport, like and granted, a lot of
Oh,
this is,
dude,
like,
it's
mental illness on Twitter, but like anytime any call happens from referee, oh, the game's rigged, it's bullshit, like, oh, Mahomes are rigging the games for him, SGA they're rigging the games for him, like everybody. But again, this is what I said earlier, like the pendulum has gone too far in the other direction, where it's like now you can just do whatever the fuck you want, and it's a lawless sport. You know what I mean? And it's like you might as well just take the referee.
They gotta give him more power and see how it works, and if it's too much, they gotta really back in a little bit.
Yep, that's a good way to put it.
Yeah.
Nonetheless, we'll move on. Gage Young defeating Mahashate.
Yep.
So I was kind of surprised with that one, but good win there. Charles Johnson.
This was my parlay killer, just so you know.
Really?
He killed my parlay. By the way,
that's why you never bet against Charles Johnson.
You're not wrong, but my parlay did feature 2 underdogs, and if I would have had Charles Johnson in my parlay, the payout would have been demonic. And I should have thought about it more in hindsight. I gotta give credit. Just I had Kyle Dawkins and Johnny Walker in my parlay, and that was plus money between both of them.
Yeah, dude, Jesus.
It is what it is. It wasn't upset. It was fine. I took from my leftover winnings. I put a $5 bet.
Oh,
so that's why I did. That's why I did. So I'm not hurt about it.
All right, word. Nonetheless, this was a great win. Charles Johnson, Kansas native, St. Louis legend. I mean, one of the greatest flyweights on the planet. Now won 5 of his last 6. I don't understand what it is with this guy to where like they've just never given an interest in promoting him. Not only not taking an interest in promoting him.
Well, he finally sold himself.
They throw him with their young guys. Yes, but
did you like my tweet? Did you like my DM?
I did. Yeah.
I was like, this is real aura farming. Yeah.
The issue is that they would have liked it if he said slurs more. You know what I mean? Like the fan base would have been like, oh my God. Like if he just started going in on the Chinese people, they would have liked it way more.
And I was really upset because this career run right here was solid as fuck. Azat Muksum, right?
Yeah.
Jake Hadley. Joshua Van, who's now fighting for a title. He beat that guy.
He beat him, knocked him out.
He beat that guy. He's not sitting in a bar one day and be like, I beat that guy.
Literally, dude. Yeah.
And he had the loss to Ramazan Tamirov, and now he's fighting Loner Kavanaugh in a fight which, credit to him, right? It was not going in this direction. He was able to turn the tide and get the finish.
Yeah.
It kind of reminded me, funny enough, of the Van fight.
Yeah, I mean, he's a great comeback guy.
And
he just doesn't let himself stay down.
By the way, too, I mean, breaking out of the clinch, hands down.
Oh my God!
You know, it's all good. Loner Kavanaugh Young, I like him. Yeah. He's one of my kind of look forward to young prospects at 125.
He's still good. I'm not worried about him. Honestly.
No, and look, maybe this will be like his Joshua Van moment.
Literally, I was about to say that. Yeah.
Maybe he'll come back, rack a few wins together, be active, and who knows? Maybe he'll be in the same position before we even know it. So it's completely fine that this happened. Charles Johnson, 34. This win is more relevant to him than it is to Loner Kavanaugh.
It is. And now Charles Johnson, ranked 13.
Can you turn it for me? I kind of want to get an idea of what
ranked 13. We have a couple of good options here, I think, for him. I mean, really anybody above him, honestly.
Alex Perez,
you like that?
Another bet. Higher up the rankings, doesn't have a fight schedule.
That makes sense. But they're going to give him, like...
Oh, they're going to be like, they're going to give him fucking Steve Erce. Yeah, like...
I actually like that fight for our boy CJ, but I don't know. Anyways, yeah, man, shout out Charles Johnson. Hell of a win, man. Love to see it. Shout out Rong Zhu picking up a win at Rolston Hubbard. We love Rong Zhu here. Shout out Kyle Dawkins. We highlighted him last week.
Motherfuckers, if we've ever told you on this
literally,
show.
Man, I feel like very proud of us. And I knew we said it. We were like, maybe we'll have to pull this one out late. Maybe we'll have to like survive the early onslaught. No, a minute.
Dude, let's reel it back in.
Yeah, go ahead.
Think about his last fight in the UFC before he got cut.
It was against...
Was it the Eric Anders one?
Eric Anders knockout loss in the second.
Oh, maybe am I remembering this wrong? Okay. Yeah, no, I am remembering this wrong. But look, if you remember right, before the Kevin Holland fight ended, it was like a minute long. Yeah. It didn't last long. Dawkins was not looking bad in that fight. And that would have been a really good win at the time. Okay.
Yeah.
Fight ends. They wanted to run it back. So be it. If you have free time, look that one up. It's not a long fight.
Yeah.
But he was looking good in that. Beat Jamie Pickett. Okay, Rami Delitza, fine. Rami Delitza ended up being ranked. It is what it is. Eric Anders, okay, bet. Unfortunate. Not one you really want to lose. I think right now at this stage of his life, he probably beats an Eric Anders type.
Yeah.
Went to regional scene 1-1-1. Look, he just beat Michel Pereira, who was formerly ranked. This guy's a limit now. How much time do you got? Not a lot. 32 years old. It's 85. You got to get it going. I'd want a fight booked in December if I was him.
I agree with you. Yeah, man. Very, very fun guy, very entertaining. I mean, and you know what? His UFC run in like the first one
And
wasn't
a bonus
bad.
on the return.
Yeah, he got that 50K, man. Like, good for this guy. Genuinely good for him. And he worked his way back. It's kind of funny. Like his brother Chris, like he got released. He tried to move down to light heavyweight. If you remember, he lost. Funny enough, last fight you see a loss to Khalil Roundtree. It's like, dude, this is, by the way, 4-fight stretch is among the most brutal you could have as a heavyweight. This is Chris Daukaus. Derek Lewis, Curtis Blades, Arzino Rosenstrike, Khalil Roundtree.
That boy walked through hell.
Oh my God. But then he goes and he loses a fight in Cage Fury UFC. And that was a year ago. And it looks like maybe he just retired after that one.
I mean, he's a cop. He has a career.
That's true.
He's a New York police officer.
But on the other side of Kyle Daukaus, the opposite. He goes through another brutal stretch. I mean, Roman Delice, Eric Anders, Kevin Holland. He had a lot of big names in there. He gets released, and then he's like, fuck it. And he just goes back to the drawing board, wins like 4 in Cage Fury, and comes back. Now he's here. You love to see it, man. Great story. How about Yisha knocking out Weston Wilson?
I mean, Josh.
This is what you do as like a minus 1,100 favorite.
I mean, you might not be wrong. Weston Wilson, and I hate to shit on guys.
Yeah.
He threw 2 strikes, didn't land a single one. Weston Wilson might be the worst person to ever compete in the UFC.
Well,
and I think CM Punk might have had a better run. Actually,
well, I mean,
Weston Wilson did get a finish. Never mind.
Yeah, I mean, well, CM Punk lost to like Mike Jackson, who defeated former UFC champion Pat Miletich. Actually, you know what? Technically, no, that's right. I forgot that fight was overturned. So he went to a no contest, not even a loss against Mike Jackson, Angel. So
hey, granted, Weston Wilson fought Gene Silva.
Yeah,
and then Yizaw, who was just a fucking assassin in there against him.
But you know what, dude? He beat Jika Sergey.
Is this it? Is this it? Like,
he might be the worst of all time, because that guy also lost to Anshul Jubilee. You're like,
it just gets
like,
worse.
Oh,
it just get like, you read into it and it gets worse, doesn't it?
Yeah, dude. Yeah, man. Oh my God.
And I remember I like semi defended him one week. Like, come on, Josh, he can't be the worst, you know?
Yeah, he did beat.
I think I defended him on the week he got his knockout too.
Yeah.
Kind of ideal time.
It was the one where I put like all my money on Jika Sergey. I was like, dude, Weston Wilson's awful, because I made money betting against him his previous times, because like he'd only won fights. Like, you look up his career record, and again, like, I don't try to be mean to the guys, but like he has like a boxer's, like, you know, like MMA fighters, like they fight seasoned guys. Some guys,
dude, is like 0-5.
It's like I don't think he beat Jika Sergey. He had beaten anybody with a winning record. Like his wins were like guys who fought 21, 0-6. Like,
is it actually? I need to look.
Yes, dude, I'm not joking. Like, we could go through. I mean, we have nothing but time, so we could pull this up real quickly.
I'm actually curious. No. I mean, it's a topic of conversation. I'm actually genuinely.
So here's his record. This guy got in the UFC with this record. Okay, so he had a win against guys 1-2. One guy who's 8-12, 1, 2-3.
But he was 15-7 heading into the promotion.
8-15, 3-3, 8-7. That's the one guy with the winning record.
Christian Sanchez 1-14. Oh my God.
Javier Garcia 4-2, 0-0, 1-14.
You know something, and the signs were there. You look at the fights he lost. He lost to a guy who was a 4-3. This one's crazy. Dan Barry. This guy was 13-20.
That's a sign, right?
He lost to Charles Cheeks.
Dan Barry retired after that too. Shout out Dan Barry. What a go.
Andrew Tenson, who was 7-1 in the LFA, which LFA is like that step up from the regional scene. You know, it's like a promotion before getting the UFC.
Yeah.
6-3 Bobby Key. 8-4 Carson Frey. He lost to Japanese fighter Teruto Ishihara.
Oh my God, Teruto Ishihara, are you serious?
He lost 11-9-3 Teruto Ishihara.
That's crazy. I didn't even know those two fought. Yo, shout out to Ishihara. One of my favorite prospects who like instantly like kind of fell off. Like, we
should have known.
Yeah, man. He I don't even remember, because I don't even know how much he was in there Memphis time, but like he was the guy that like he would always come around and talk about how much he loves bitches. That's literally how you would say it. Yes, he loves his bitches.
Dude, he beat Juicy J?
Yeah, dude. He was like, he came in and was,
but then he fought Artem Lobov,
knocking dudes dead, and then put him against Artem Lobov, and they thought,
and Gray Maynard, and Piotr Yan. It just got worse.
Yeah, it was brutal by the end. Knocked out Weston Wilson. That's so funny. They're not even in the same weight class. He fights at like 135 now. Dude, what the fuck? What? Oh my God. Well, my go through to Ishihara. Anyway, so God, dude. Yeah, man. And then we had Yu Sung Young picking up a win, and Yuratsun Sidibov defeating Darren Norize by Ezekiel Choke in round 1.
By the way, the Orton's Sourdibov?
Sidibov? Yeah.
Sourdibov? My bad.
205?
We're totally botching this name.
100%.
He was the guy who fought on short notice at heavyweight. And he's definitely not a heavyweight.
Yes, he's the guy that lost to Martin Boudet. Yeah.
Which, by the way, we got to talk. He signed with Octagon.
Oh yeah, good for him.
Things are good for him.
Yeah,
So
good for him.
I'm happy.
I don't have a lot to say about it, but good for him. He deserves it, and he should not have gotten cut. Not that he's like the most entertaining guy in the UFC or anything, but like this division is already so bad.
And granted, we
like,
don't know. And dude, at the same time, though, we never and we don't know what he's gonna do later on. Like, what if he ended up becoming a highlight machine? You know, what
That's
if he
true,
started getting
maybe.
wins? You know, you never
Maybe.
know. It was the most unjustifiable cut ever.
Isn't Phil DeFreeze is still the KSW heavyweight champion?
Dude,
Or something
Phil-
like that? Like, and
Phil
he got
DeFries
caught-
has like 12, 13
Yeah.
title
and he
defense.
got cut from the UFC like 10 years ago.
They should have brought him back at some point.
I agree with you. I mean, but
I'm sure he gets paid very comfortably.
yeah,
that's
I'm
the
sure
issue.
he doesn't care. You know what I mean? I'm sure he doesn't care.
He doesn't care, and he's winning.
He's 39.
But they should have. There was a point in time where I thought, several years ago, where I thought they should have brought him back.
Yeah. Nonetheless, man. That's all we got for the UFC this week. UFC China. That's the recap. No other fights going down. No like I said earlier, no PFL, no UFC, no major cards really, except for this one. I can't believe we're having to talk about Misfits boxing.
You know, we
in
haven't
the year
talked
of our
about
Lord.
Misfits boxing forever, but this is the most relevant time that it's ever been for us to talk about them because they actually relate to a topic of conversation that we have semi-interest in. 'cause the
Yeah,
guys involved.
and also there's a big announcement supposed to happen on this card too.
What if they like KSI versus Jake Paul
Oh, I know that's not it.
in
That's
the
not
great kingdom of Saudi
it.
Arabia?
Oh my god, that'd be crazy.
Wait, do you actually
no.
know it? Behind the scenes stuff?
No, I mean it was announced. Not announced. It was reported yesterday. Andrew Tate could be fighting. I think in October or November.
Just Tate
One.
versus someone?
Yeah, at heavyweight. That's what Ariel Helwani reported it. So it's apparently legit. Which I mean, legit that they're in talks. I don't know if he'll actually fight because I feel like Andrew Tate. Like I don't know if he'll want to let his ego get hurt in that way. Maybe if they sign some like 0-17 guy. I've seen his record. Like you know what I mean? Like
who could they get?
realistically, any
I mean,
influencer.
he's
he's
good-
in that ballpark.
Let's
you know what I
say
mean?
he's
Like,
good enough to beat like at least a mid-level person. Maybe not high level.
Yeah. Like it's you know what I mean? Like I don't know. I mean they can put him against any real like influencer type and he'll probably beat him, but it's not guaranteed because like I mean again, like look at his record, people. Like I know that like he's what's the record? 76-9. What a crazy kickboxing record. And then you realize like, dude, holy shit, he only fought like 4 guys on Wikipedia pages and he lost to all of them. Like it's just, you know what I mean? So it's,
He almost
it's
fought Badahari. Did you know that?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, there was a point in time.
He would have died.
Oh, I mean,
Yeah.
I'll put it like this: when he talks about it, he doesn't make it sound like he would have had the best.
Oh, I
chance
mean,
of
I
it.
would hope not. You know what I mean?
They were fighting on the same card, and he had an opponent change, and they offered him to fight, and he said he was down. Like like it was last second, so I was like, "Fuck it, let's go."
Yeah, he last fought in a 2020 kickboxing bout in Romania against Cosmin Lingar, who was 0-0 at the time. So,
What kind of competition, baby?
right? You're still going for the Charlie Sheen matchup. I remember that. Has Charlie responded? Oh man. So, anyways, yeah. I mean, but that's apparently going to be announced this weekend. No opponent confirmed, but yeah, that's the rumor. But let's talk about it. Misfits 22 going down for the Manchester Arena in Manchester, England. And a lot of MMA guys on this card, which is the main reason we're talking about this. I think if it was just another influencer card, we wouldn't be discussing this. Like we have skipped a lot of their cards as of late. But unfortunately, they have a lot of stuff involved that matters to us. In the main event, Darren Till versus Luke Rockhold. Darren Till, obviously, he's kind of become like one of the mini bosses of Misfits, so to speak. I mean, he's won 2 in a row. I believe he knocked out. He knocked out Anthony Taylor in just a brutal fight. Knocked out Pretty Boy, and then he dominated Darren Stewart. Knocked him. I mean, technically, he made the scorecards. Remember, he knocked him down in the 8th round, and I'm pretty sure they could have called that one off, but they let him go to the scorecards anyway. Luke Rockhold, since he got released from the UFC, requested his release in the UFC in 2023. He had a bare knuckle fight against Mark Perry, who lost, but he knocked out Joe Schilling in a karate combat fight. Luke Rockhold, he retired from MMA, but he's doing the fun syndicate. He's going
Pat
everywhere.
Downey in the CGI.
Yeah, like he's going everywhere. He's just having fun at this point in his career, which I really respect from a guy like Luke Rockhold. But let's be honest, he's shredded out of his You know, he's peeled out of his tree. He looks in great shape. First boxing match. What do you make of this fight, man? Should be fun.
I mean, I think it'll be fun because of who's in there. I don't expect Luke to do super good. Just to be honest, I think Darren's way of fighting is better transitioning for this kind of for Misfits. For Luke, I feel like Luke should have just done more karate combat, to be honest. Just maximize what he could have done in karate combat, just been a star there. Fucking once it couldn't pay you enough or couldn't give you enough money or you lost, fucking get out of there.
Yeah. Yeah, man. He's I don't really like this fight for Luke Rockhold. But look, they've built it very, very well.
We're gonna get Masvidal versus Till, bro. They're fucking around. That's really what we need.
Yeah, you know what? That makes a lot of sense. I'm very surprised they didn't do that one. That kind of, saying it out loud, it's like, why did they do that? But I mean, remember Jorge said he was going to come back to the UFC and then he just didn't?
Yep.
Same thing for Cowboy Cerrone, and I think there's somebody else too. Like, kind of weird.
Conor McGregor?
He's going to be fighting in the White House, bro. What do you mean? Like, anyways.
2 fights in the title shot.
2 fights in the title shot. That brings us around to the co-main event, Angel.
Fucking Conor, dude.
That brings us around to the co-main event because Tony Ferguson, the man who infamously said that quote, I believe before the Patty fight, maybe. I want to say it was a Patty fight.
Probably.
Either that or Bobby Green. Point of view. 41-year-old Tony Ferguson, who's lost 8 fights in a row in MMA. None of them have really been close. I think it's the Bobby Green one was kind of close. He dropped him, and it wasn't. And then the Chandler fight, he dropped him, and it was close until it wasn't. And then, just been mauled multiple fights in a row.
Chiesa one was rough too, and Chiesa was old too.
Dude, Chiesa, that one was awful because Chiesa is not a threat really.
And Chiesa said he would have retired if he lost to Tony Ferguson,
which shows you the levels, right? Chiesa's not even a finisher like that in this point in his career, and like he ran through him in like 2.5 minutes. So don't worry, guys. For Tony Ferguson's first boxing match, he has a real nice tune-up. Not really much of a problem. He's been fighting Salt Papi, one of the only actual good boxers in Misfits boxing.
To top it off, right?
Nathaniel Bustamante, now 30 years old. 4-2 is the record, but
dude's training with Team Pac-Man.
Yeah,
fucking Pac-Man just had a fight. God damn it! You know how good a shape this motherfucker must be in.
Pac-Man won that fight. If we're for the streets, no, Pac-Man won that fight. The streets, no, Manny Pacquiao beat Mario Barrios.
By the way, this is totally off topic, but have you seen the video of that guy who's in public and he like sees someone, he calls him, or he sees someone who's famous or kind of like a low level like Instagram celebrity, and he says, "Oh my god, Trey Young, is that you?" And it's not Trey Young. I saw it the other day with Adrian Broner, and he's like, "Oh my god, Floyd Mayweather." By the way, the guy, he is black. They're the same race. So he can
okay.
He's not a white guy saying this shit. No. He was like, "Oh my god, Floyd Mayweather, I love you." He goes up to fucking. He knew luckily he knew who he was.
Adrian Broner, dude. Adrian Broner. I saw this past like recently. It was like, yeah, dude, I'm not fighting anymore. I got to sell these pounds for my family, and it's like. How much, dude? You made so much money in your career, and you're like, nah, dude, I'm selling drugs now. It's like the can, man. The problem, Adrian Broner. Like, what happened, man?
The Hood know I won that.
The Hood, look, dude. Hey, you know what? Manny Pacquiao might have drew against Mario Barrios, but he'd go undefeated against us. That's all I'm saying. I mean, the Hood knows.
You know, I just beat Paulie, and now I'm gonna take his girl.
Don't talk about my side piece, though. Don't talk about my side piece, though. Dude, the welterweight division, like the whole, from like 154 to like, what is it, 140 was like the crazy shit for like 10 years.
Dude, the late 2000s of boxing carried some aura of like the 90s boxing era of boxing too.
Yeah,
I kind of forget that.
People do, yeah, dude. That's so funny, so funny. Don't talk about my sock piece stuff.
What do you think? Probably from like 2000 to like, at what point do you think kind of boxing hella slowed down? Probably like 2012.
Yeah, something like that. I mean, if you
longer than that.
2014,
2015.
Yeah, I'd say when did 20? I feel like 2015, 2016, somewhere around there.
Yeah,
I feel like that whole era obviously ended with the Pacquiao Mayweather thing.
Yeah,
because like they've had a couple more fights.
And then you had like the Floyd Conor monstrosity that happened in between.
Which funny, like it's funny you brought that up. I said this to you earlier, but like 10-year anniversary of that fight, like this week, isn't that just mind blowing?
But then there was like a few years,
not 10 years, excuse me, 8-year anniversary.
There was pockets of greatness because then you also had Fury versus
Klitschko.
You had
Joshua versus Klitschko. Yeah, I mean, boxing was
and then Canelo later on too.
Boxing right now is in a weird place, but you know,
I think boxing now is more alive than ever it has been in that late 2010s era.
Yep, I would agree with you there. I'm trying to get it back, but yeah, man. I mean, just to kind of wrap this up, I mean, we're gonna go with probably Till and Salt Papi. I would assume, assuming you're on the same page with that.
Yeah. By the way, is this Dylan Dennis fight? Is this the MMA fight?
This is, oh yeah, we forgot to talk about this one. Apologies. Dylan Dennis, who has not fought since his loss to Logan Paul, which, I mean, talked all that shit and then just, got easily outworked by a YouTuber. Kind of embarrassing, but nonetheless.
Oh shit, they got some. Okay. They got some real guys on the undercard. I just saw another exhibition MMA fight.
Yeah, so he's going to be taking on Warren Spencer. This is very much a tune-up. Warren Spencer, in case you're not aware, Warren Spencer, I believe, 2-0 in boxing, but both of these are like Misfits boxing cards. He's an influencer. Yeah, so he's not really an MMA fighter in that way, but I think he's been, I know he's been training hard, but if look, dude, I know he got out-grappled by that bouncer that one time, but if he's a fraction as good as he used to be on the mats, 8 years ago, something like that, he'll be fine.
And then we got Chase Demore back too on this shit.
Chase Demore's on there. Ty Mitchell's on here. Yeah, I mean, it should be fun.
It's a fun Misfits card. It's a serviceable Misfits card.
Yes, it's a good way to put it. It's a serviceable one. I mean, they have Amir Anderson on here. Amir Anderson's actually a really good prospect. It's a because they have some of these weird fights where they're they're not real fights, and then they have actual professional fights, and Amir Anderson's one of the real fights.
And then they fucking OF model generic makeup number 2.
Shout out,
and then number girl.
Demi Sims, whoever that is, going to be opening up the card. So,
I mean, I don't know if any. By the way, just to clarify, guys, I'm not saying any of these women on this card do. I mean, I don't know, but
yeah, we don't know, but I feel like that's been the model for them. You know what I mean?
At times.
At
times, yeah.
They're doing that BKF. They follow the BKFC model straight up, just hey, let's have OF models and that sort of thing. I mean, if it works, it works. I'll watch this card with the no fighting happening Saturday. I'm actually kind of excited for it, but I'm going to the Royals game on Saturday, so I'm going to be a little bit. I won't be able to entirely watch this one. But
that sounds fun. Maybe that's what I should do.
Yeah, dude. Hey, man, it's a Margaritaville night, so they're giving out a little.
Who are they playing? They're still playing the Sox.
I gotta be honest. I don't really follow baseball that closely. I kind of just go whenever I feel.
Well, no, I mean, I saw they were playing Sox.
They are playing the Tigers. 6. So.
Oh no, that's who they were playing. I thought they were playing the Sox. I saw them.
They were playing the Sox yesterday, and I think they play again today.
Were they actually?
Yeah. They were playing. They were playing the Sox last night. I believe we lost, and then we play. Oh, we won by 1. Excuse me. And then we play.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was a comeback win. Hold up, can you get that score? I'm actually gonna
5-4 Royals, and then we.
You know what it was? I saw the Monday game. I didn't see yesterday's game. I saw when they were getting. I was like, wait, they made a comeback? Yo, let's go.
We end the series today, so we'll see how that goes. But yeah, gonna be doing that. So my full attention won't be on the Misfits card, but I'll probably tweet about it.
What time is the Royals game?
6:15. 6:15. So we'll be out there around 5. Actually, you know what? I may see this whole card because
it shouldn't be.
Yeah, there actually shouldn't be any overlap. Yeah, my bad. Nonetheless, this is the only thing else to talk about. I'm sorry. I mean, I'm being honest with you, I really don't have a deep take about this because I've told you what I said off air, and I'm gonna.
I mean, there's not really, and we talked about it. There's not. What else can you really say about the situation? What else can we really add that hasn't been said?
Exactly.
We're probably gonna have the take that most reasonable people are gonna have. You know what I mean?
Exactly. So how can I start? So Raja Jackson. Which Raja Jack, I don't know how much introduction you really need to give, but
I mean, for those who don't know, the son of legend Rampage Jackson.
Yes.
If you couldn't, maybe put 2 and 2 together.
And in Rampage and Raja both stream on Kick, and Kick is, for the unknown, the worst app of all time, the worst website. It's modern. It's live stream lively. How about that?
It's not worse than Rumble though. Do you think? Rumble's dude? I've been on Rumble a few.
They're both. Dude, it's like Hitler. It's like that meme, Hitler versus Stalin, bro. It's
pick your poison, right?
Yeah, Kick versus Rumble, dude. I'd much rather.
To put it lightly, Kick is a streaming platform.
It's like streaming
Twitch.
Yes,
there is some good people on.
No. Of course, and there are people who go there. The main reason why you go to Kick though is because you got banned from Twitch or YouTube.
That too. There's also that too.
So, and you know what's funny is up until this moment, Raja and Rampage probably could have streamed on YouTube and Twitch, but they decided to go for Kick.
Well, I believe they also got, at least for Rampage, he got a Kick with deal. He used to stream on Twitch.
That makes sense then. Okay.
Well, he got banned on Twitch, and if I remember right, and Twitch is
so weird with who they ban.
There's a whole political side to Twitch too. That's another thing. I'm not even gonna get into that.
Yeah, it's not worth it. But yeah, I mean, so they like to stream, and Raja was at a indie wrestling event on I believe Friday night, Saturday night. the time it doesn't really matter because I thought it was going to end up mattering more, but it didn't. So
Right, yeah.
yeah. So he's at a wrestling show and he's going to do like a run in. You know what I mean? And before the event, he's with a couple of wrestlers outside the venue, and one of them, Sicko Stu, he's recording and he was just working, and he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna go do like a gimmick thing, set up for the match later, yada yada yada." He takes like a fake. It already been drank, but he like reinflated the can or whatever. And he's like, he's like smashed it against like the side of his head, but he put his like hand over the can. It's pro wrestling shit. None of it's real. And then, he's like, "Oh, my bad, dude. I thought you were working. I thought you were like wrestling. You know what I mean? I thought you were really cool. I saw the camera. I thought we were filming. You know what I mean?" So he apologizes, shakes his hand like a man. And then, somebody takes him aside, like, "Bro, it's cool. Just get your receipt during the match. You're going to have a run in. It's going to be cool. It's going to be fine. It's going to give you some headlines. You'll get some headlines, get some buzz. It'll be cool." So Raja Jackson gets his part in the match, and he gets in there and he slams him down.
Knocks him out with the slam.
Knocks him out with the slam because it was way bigger of a slam supposed to be. And then if he wasn't knocked out by the slam, he was definitely knocked out because Raja Jackson proceeds to throw 22 punches and just, puts the guy in the hospital, nearly kills him. If it weren't for like pink-haired dude, aka his nickname is the Epic, is his wrestling name. I know, right? I was like, "Yo, shout out the Epic, dude." Epic got in there. He was the only one. Him and like two of the wrestlers had to restrain.
It took like 4 guys to finally end the situation.
Well, because Raja Jackson then tried to fight a few of them too. I don't know what you really say about it. The video went viral like instantly.
By the way,
yeah,
we gotta say it.
Yeah.
Did you see the aftermath where they still went in and did the tap for the wrestling match?
Yes. And look, I don't understand what you say about it, but it's also, dude, I'm trying really hard.
The same people who didn't step in quick enough.
Yeah, dude.
And then that, I mean, it was bad all around. It was everything in this scenario, everything in this situation was bad. There is nothing redeemable here out of anybody.
Yeah. Yeah, dude.
Only thing that was semi-redeemable was like you said, once Pink Guy came in, aka the Epic, to try to like genuinely put a stop to the situation.
Yeah, shout out to the Epic for being the only one to get in there. And I saw the explanation, like the guy who was like trying to initially break it up, like trying to grab his arm and couldn't, was like a 16-year-old kid who was just getting into wrestling. Yeah, like that was like
the white mask kid?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know.
So imagine being 16. And look, I'm trying to give leniency.
He tried though. I'll give him credit though. He was the only one. He was the first one to react.
Yeah.
Got to give some credibility to the young man.
Yeah, he didn't get him off there as well as he should have. But look, he's 16. And again, like
I'm still gonna give this kid. Now that you told me that, I gotta give this kid his flowers, dude. He was the only one who reacted.
He was the only one who did anything. Yeah.
Initially, yeah.
I'm gonna give credit, and I'll give credit to that kid. I'll give credit to the Epic. And there's another. I told you this earlier because you see, most people have only seen like the one angle.
There was like blue guy who came in later on.
Blue guy
when they got him pinned against the.
Yeah, I give credit.
Post.
I'll give credit because a lot of people are like, where was everybody? Why'd this go on? You see the one camera angle. You see that there's another alternate camera angle from the side where you see him. They get him in the corner, and the Epic starts fucking him up. Shout out to the Epic, dude.
Granted, though,
he headbutted the dude. I watched.
Like, I said, but granted, it still took like 4 dudes to stop one individual.
Yeah, exactly. It's like guys, but.
Granted, though, it's one highly trained, highly athletic.
Literally, I mean, if you include the amateur record, 5-1? You know what I mean? So it's like, yeah, I mean, and then Raja Jackson leaves the venue, and shout out to the blue face guy who tried to fight him, but whatever.
I don't know if he was even trying. I don't know what they were trying.
I wonder if he was trying to get him to stay for the cops.
I think that's more likely what it was.
Yeah. Anyway, so
but obviously in the midst of that, watching the exchange, everything's gonna go down.
Raja Jackson ends up walking. He's like, "I'm not a bitch, bro. You know what I mean? Stop calling me a bitch." You know what I mean? And then he's got a point, dude. Because I'm sure everybody thinks he's like such a tough guy now for like assaulting some dude who's like a former veteran of PTSD. What a tough guy he is, Look, I don't know what to say about it. It's awful, and the fact that we're sitting here recording this Wednesday morning, he hasn't been arrested is insanity to me. And if it looks like he's probably just gonna be fine, then it looks like he's gonna skate. Because like. You know what I mean? If they're not going to arrest him, if they didn't arrest him night of, or that's
granted, though, we don't even like we don't know what the end result of this. Like, we genuinely don't know.
Yeah,
I think Rampage streamed last night and he addressed some stuff. I can't remember. Also, like, we got to say this too because it's just the fact of the situation. Like, whoever, like, to the people who are attacking Rampage, like, fuck you guys. Like,
I mean, there are a lot of people going after Rampage, dude. The way I saw people talk this, I'm going to say
they would have thought Rampage was Raja.
Yes,
that's what you want to say. They would have thought Rampage was Raja. That's literally how people are treating him.
Well, and now it started a whole beef with MMA Guru. Like it's become a really big thing. But yeah,
guys. I'm sorry that Rampage didn't control his 25-year-old son.
I saw people talking about this, and I literally thought Raja was like 20 or 21 or something. He's damn near 26 years old. He's a grown man, bro. Like, what is the converse? What are we talking about right now? Like, literally, I saw some people who were like, yeah, man, it's a shame that this might, mess up Raja's future. And it's like, dude, he's 25 and 0-1 as an MMA fighter. Like, how much future does he have? You know what I mean? And even then, it's like, dude, like, he's a grown man. I literally thought, like, he was a teenager. The way people were talking about this. Like, oh, man, well, he shouldn't have done that. And then I watched the video, and it's like, oh, wait, that's awful. And then you look at the age, like, holy shit, 25 years old? Dude, he's older than I am. I know not to beat somebody to death. Like, it's.
I think we will do a follow up on this just to talk about what does end up happening
if anything happens.
By the way, we know is it Psycho Stu?
Psycho Stu, yeah.
We know he's stable now. He's still he's still in the ER. He's still being taken care of intensively. But to our knowledge, I believe he's awake. He's breathing, which is a good thing in all parties for everybody.
Yeah. Well, and he's made $140,000 in GoFundMe. Which how much of that will actually be able to
cover his medical?
Yeah, because in America, Jesus.
And also that he's an indie wrestler. I can't imagine the health insurance is great there. So at least as far as that,
I guarantee you he has no health insurance from.
Yeah,
not guarantee. I mean, probably through like Obamacare or whatever.
Maybe some minor stuff. Yeah, you're not wrong. But yeah, at least some that will help that aspect of that at least in some capacity. Yeah. And it's fucking California, which is another thing.
I mean, it's just awful. I don't know. I don't really know what to say about it. I mean, it's awful. I mean, there's not really much you can really say. I mean, the fact that
it is crazy that they actually like because Roger's an MMA fighter, but he's not like he's not at that point where like this is Roger's like full-time career. Like Roger's like he wanted to do like some offshoot like boxing matches. He was getting ready for a fight that I think he had to pull out of. Yeah, like, this was like the most relevant thing in MMA news, unfortunately.
I mean, it's just not every day you see somebody nearly beaten to death like that on live. Like that's not a normal thing. That's why I give like a lot of leniency to the guys who didn't jump in.
I guess it was that too. It was also the fact that it was streamed and all that.
And it's like
we got all the footage, it's literally everything.
Well, and I'm trying to give leniency to some of the guys who didn't jump in because it's like, dude, like I'm prepared for violence. Like I watch a lot of fighting.
Let's say there's been more guys in MMA and the UFC who have done shit that hasn't been this public. Like Cedric Dumas.
Exactly.
Violent Bob Ross.
Exactly. But how much of that was on recording and how much of it was just brutal? I mean, he literally tried to kill him.
I mentioned him not so long. Jesse, who won the Ultimate Fighter.
Oh, Jesse Taylor. Yeah.
Jesse Taylor, who had the literal fucking crash out at the fucking hotel.
The Fontainebleau, man. I don't even know if it's Fontaine. I think it was.
But whatever it was, like, dude, like, there's been several instances of this. Like, like you said, the only reason this is just as massive, fucking John Jones, fucking throughout several years. Granted, all very different, not all to this extent. You know what I mean? Fucking, I hate to say it, not the same. Obviously, Roger Huerta was being a hero in this scenario. Fucking Roger Huerta knocking out that guy who was a college football player. Granted, the guy hit his girl. Let me clarify, not the same scenario. But just to give you an idea of like the spectrum of situations in which like MMA guys have been in some sort of violent act in public, Yeah.
And look, man.
Or violent adjacent.
Yeah, and it was just so brutal. I mean, that's literally what it comes down to. I think it's a combination of things. The fact that it was on recording, the fact that it was that brutal, and just like most people aren't prepared for somebody to be nearly beaten to death in front of them. They're just not. You know what I mean?
And dude, like we said, we were talking about this. Like this shit literally happened in our city like a week ago. Like fucking like guys got in a street fight. Fucking someone ended up dying from it.
Yeah, and that's one of the things. Like this is the thing that's so crazy to me. Is like street fights like that happen, but typically, and if somebody dies, it's like one guy knocks out another guy. They hit their head. This is like one dude like trying to murder him on camera. Like that's crazy.
Luckily, no one died.
Dude, yeah, and thank God he's alive. But, like, holy shit, could you imagine if I did that? If we didn't have, like, I know that Raj just said on stream, we were talking about this before, it's like, I don't have my dad's money, but it's like, yeah, you got your dad's lawyers, though. Like, your dad was in the A team, dude. You're not going to convince me that, like, you don't have money in that way. Like, I'm sorry, bro. Like,
to an extent, right?
Yeah.
I mean, Rampage doesn't have to, like, he's going to help him.
He's going. I mean,
because he's a good dad.
You see that clip of him talking, like,
dude,
the bail money thing?
That was, like, 2 weeks ago, too.
Which is, dude. You know what? I'm also going to say this. Dude, if you guys have not seen this, do yourself a favor. Go to Rampage Jackson's live stream YouTube channel.
Which is not his channel, by the way, fun fact.
It's linked on his Twitter, though.
Is it now?
Yeah.
Oh, maybe he finally got it.
Maybe, okay. Well,
because I remember he mentioned, like, he's like, guys, there's a YouTube channel called Rampage Live. That is not me.
Well, okay.
Maybe he hasn't. Maybe he talked to the guy.
I'm going through the one that's linked on his Twitter.
Well, maybe that one is his now. Maybe he got it. Maybe he talked to the guy, or maybe he's like hired him. Because there was several years ago, I remember when Fortnite was big, people were like clipping stuff from people's streams and then making it their channel.
Yeah.
I can't remember if it was Ninja or someone, but like they paid. They were like, you know something? He's already doing the work for me. Let me buy this guy. Yeah. So he paid for the channel, basically made him his employee.
Yeah.
To keep doing the same thing.
Smart. Yeah.
So that way he would make money. I wonder if Rampage kind of did the same thing. Nevertheless, continue.
Yeah. So this is the last thing I'm going to say before we go ahead and duck out here because I don't have a lot of time. But Rampage, the morning, I think, of that wrestling event, he uploaded a video to that channel from like the same day or whatever, or the previous day. And it was him and his son at like a Vietnamese spa. And like the first 2 minutes is him talking to his son outside. And he's like, all right, I know you got hit in sparring. You know, we're going to go through. We're either going to get a head massage. Don't train for like a few months. They'll take some time off. And like Rampage is talking to his son. And like Raja is like looking through him. Like he's not like he's listening to Rampage, but like he's like looking like he's not there, bro. Like it's honestly kind of scary knowing what happens like later in that day. It's like a crazy video. Like just watch that video if you haven't. Go to his Rampage.
Is that the same day?
I think it was either that same day or the day before.
Probably the day before.
And he's talking to him, and Raja's just like looking through him, bro. Like I know a lot of people are blaming Rampage, but like, dude, at 25, you're a grown ass man, and you have to take accountability. And yeah, I mean it's scary, dude. Like that's either it's the concussion made him crazy, or he's always just been a fucking animal.
I'm telling you, I think it's a combination of literally everything.
That's insane to me. It's insane to me, this whole situation. So I don't know what you say about it, man. But any closing thoughts on this before going bounce out of here?
No, I mean that's pretty much it.
Yeah, same here. Hope you guys enjoyed this show. I'm at Josh Soundoff on Twitter. He's at Angel Ortega _01 at Courtside Sound for all things related to the show. Hope you guys enjoyed. Peace.